What's going on, you guys? It is Isaac. Welcome back to another Storytime video. And before I get into this funny ass story, I just want to apologize to you guys for the lack of consistency. I have not uploaded in over 2 months, which is unacceptable. I just want to apologize and let you guys know I'm going to be uploading a lot more soon here. I just got a new job, got a new apartment, so life has been hectic. But let's just get straight into this shit. If you guys haven't, please subscribe. And if you're new to this channel, comment down below. Check out my other story times and content. And let's get straight into this shit. So this story takes place quite recently. It takes place on the 4th of July. And let me preface, I don't recommend ever doing ketamine. Do not do that. Stupid decision. But I woke up on 4th of July and I was looking for some moves with my buddies. I already had a bag on me and I hit up my one friend asking what he was doing. And him and his wife were going down to a nature trail at a state park nearby, and I had nothing better to do, so I decided to come on through. So I start driving over there, I stop at the liquor store, grab some beer. Another thing, do not combine liquor with ketamine. But, I'm stupid, so I did that. But anyways, I end up making it to his house, and we're just chilling for a bit. He's kind of telling me about the state park we're going to, how it has a waterfall, it's really beautiful, and we're going to do some hiking to enjoy the 4th of July. So we decide after a while, after about an hour, and after I start doing a few bumps of K, that we're going to start making our way to the hiking trail. Now this is about an hour drive, so of course, to prepare for the drive, I did quite a few bumps of K, and let me preface, I did not have a tolerance at this time. Now, while we were on the way to the state park, I was nowhere near holing or anything of the sorts, but I was feeling myself. I was telling them to play some music, I was vibing, I was feeling good, and we eventually, after about an hour, made it to the state park. Now, this is where things go a little haywire. So we make it to the state park, and first thing I do, since I got out of the car, is I crack open a nice cold Modelo. Now, I get out of the car, crack open a Modelo, and I start chugging that shit, because I was feeling like a fiend this day. I was ready to rumble for the 4th. So I just start chugging my Modelo. We start walking toward the hiking trail. It is a hot-ass day. It was in the upper 90s this day. And we're just walking around. We get to the waterfall. I might throw up a little video right here of the waterfall if I remember to. And it was a very beautiful time. Now, there was too many people around and families, so we're just enjoying the nature, and I ask them if they mind if I go out into nature, find a nice place to chill for a second so I don't do ketamine and drink alcohol in front of kids, so I don't feel like a fucking failure. Now, they agree to this sentiment, and let me clarify, these two buddies I have, they were completely bone sober. They're just very nice and patient, and they didn't give a fuck that I was drinking and doing K, but they were bone sober, so we were on different levels. Now, I find a nice little tree to perch up at, and I start doing a little bit more K, and I'm still vibing. And of course, I crack open my second beer. Now, at this point, I am nowhere near holing. I don't really have a tolerance, but I'd say in total, I probably only did 4 or 5 bumps over the span of 2 hours. Now, this is where I fuck up. We start continuing to walk down the hiking trail, just vibing, chatting, having a good ass time. And after about 20 minutes or so of hiking and enjoying nature, I lost my spoon that I was using to do said K. Now, we found a really nice area that was very secluded. We were hiking around, and I lost my spoon, and I did something very stupid. I sat on this tree branch, and I let my buddy know, hey, I lost my spoon, but I have a dollar bill. And I put that dollar bill directly into the bag. And there was probably about a half gram in this bag. And he tells me, Isaac, do not do this. You're going to do way too much. And with my false sense of confidence, because I'm 2 beers and 5 bumps deep, I tell him, nah, man, I got this under control. Let me tell you, I did not have this under control. I fucking put the dollar bill in the bag and I sniffed that shit harder than I should have ever sniffed it. And let me tell you, my nose immediately got fucking clogged. Immediate drip running down my fucking throat. The biggest bump, quote unquote, of K I've ever done to this day. And I look at the bag after I do this, and I see that it is damn near completely empty. Fucking half a gram to the dome. And I know some of the people watching this are going to be like, oh, half a gram, that's how I pregame. Well, let me tell you, I don't do ketamine often, and I don't recommend doing it often, and I had absolutely no tolerance. And I look over at my buddy with a face of sheer horror and just getting prepared to lock in. And he looks at me and he says, "Oh, fuck, dude, we're not going to be walking anywhere for quite some time, are we?" And I'm just like, "Nah, man, I'm chilling." And I get up and I start walking down the trail with them. T minus 5 minutes later, I can't fucking walk anymore. We're sitting on a branch. I'm fucking vibing. I feel so bad. These two folks, these two buddies of mine are bone sober babysitting me. I'm probably drooling on myself. But at this time, I'm still coherent somewhat. So I'm still talking to them. I'm apologizing due to the fact that I can no longer walk, and I probably am drooling on myself. But at this point, I start to continue the trek. I continue forward for my buddies to go on this hike. And about 10 or 15 minutes later, I can barely fucking walk. I'm grabbing onto every tree to hold me up. I'm staggering. I'm fucking falling over. And yeah, apparently, after I sobered up, I asked why my back hurt. And apparently I ate shit and fell about 4 different times. I don't remember that. But at this point, I'm still coherent enough to know where I am. But about 5 minutes after stumbling and walking and just losing my shit in a good way, I end up on another log. And at this point, I am just absolutely fucking fried out of my mind, and I am completely holing. This is the hardest I've ever K-holed in my life. So what happened is I don't know if my buddies were just chilling around me babysitting me, I imagine, but I'm going to describe this experience and what was going on in my head. So I was going in and out of consciousness, and all I could hear in my brain, all I could hear in my ears is my friends were talking to me, but it just turned into like radio waves. It just turned into vrrrr. That's all I could hear was that noise, like some waves going through the air. The wind would blow through my hair and past my ears, and it just sounded like vrrrr. And I don't know if they were conversating with me, but I was not talking to them. I was talking to Jesus Christ himself. I didn't know what the hell was going on. And at one point, I try to stand up to try to, compose myself. And I just start fucking hanging onto this tree for dear life, fucking leaning backwards, trying to stabilize myself. And I realize, oh, this is not happening. So I just kind of close my eyes, listen to the fucking microwaves in the air. And I just close my eyes and I start seeing these close-eyed visuals. Now, it's kind of hard to describe what I was seeing, but it was different patterns and shapes, and it was also just my imagination was going crazy. I could just think up something and imagine it, and I could see it in my own head. And I was just absolutely fried out of my fucking mind. I was so absolutely cooked. And after about 45 minutes of not knowing where I was and what was happening, let me tell you, this was a great time. I don't recommend this. A lot of people do not enjoy K-holing, but I had a fantastic time. After about 45 minutes, I start to come to. Now, I am sober enough to talk and walk, but I am still absolutely brain dead on the way back to the vehicle. I'm just apologizing to them. I'm kind of asking what I was conversating about. And they were just like, "Oh man, you were chill. You were just apologizing for not being able to hike. You were telling us that you love us a lot and you appreciate us." So at least I was being very nice and thankful for their presence and for babysitting me. Because my God, I was a drooling toddler during this experience. And the takeaway from this experience is be careful of your dosages, kids. Not kids, holy fuck, don't do K if you're a child. Hey, be careful of your dosages, everyone watching, and I don't recommend doing ketamine in general. This was a fucking intense ass experience. It was a wonderful 4th of July, and I hope you guys enjoy this story time. If you do, please drop a like, please subscribe, drop a comment, and I will see you guys very soon. Thank you guys so much for your patience. I love you guys. Peace.